Hey everyone, Pastor Curtis here with another quick question video. And for today's video, I am just going to talk about some of those fun and normal questions that you guys have been submitting and some of those silly questions. So I'd encourage you to keep taking that survey and keep submitting more questions so I have more to talk about, and some of these are fun to answer. And so this week I'm going to do it in order, so it's just going to be the same questions from the same people for a little while. To start out, Olivia asked, how do we deal with the stress of being locked in with family 24/7? And Olivia, that's a good question. I think you could pray a lot. You could try to go on walks or go on things alone, like in your go out in the yard and play alone for a little while. Maybe try to get out of the house every once in a while. But most of all, maybe you can take this time as a good way to just connect with some of your younger siblings or your family members and just show them more love than you've ever been able to. So the next few questions are all going to come from Andrew and Jessela. Andrew and Jessela asked, if roasted marshmallows come from a branch, does that mean they are a fruit? And I don't think so. I mean, you stick the marshmallow onto the branch and then roast it. So I don't think so, but good try. And maybe I'm supposed to say yes, so that way you convince your mom that marshmallows are fruit. I don't know. They asked if you could live any place, where and why. And my answer to that question would be Everett, Michigan. That's where I love to live, but I think it's a great place to live. But another way to answer that would be I would just live anywhere that Annalise is. And so I love being with Annalise, my wife, and so I'd go anywhere where she was. But if I had to pick a perfect place, I really think Michigan's a good climate. There's plenty of summer, lots of warmth. The spring, now we've lived through here almost for a full year. The spring seems nice to me, and the fall was really, really nice. So, and I love winter. I love snow. I mean, yeah, it's cold, but it's fun to play outside in the snow. So I think Michigan's a pretty good place to live. Andrew and Jessela said, how do you like your coffee? I drink my coffee completely black. And I don't really, sometimes I'll get a fancy drink if I go to a coffee shop just because I feel like you're supposed to, but I just normally like black coffee. And I think that's from my dad. So thanks, Dad. Shout out to my dad because I know he watches these. And what makes your feet smell? That's a question that Hannah put, and she wanted to know what makes your feet smell. And I know you can't see it, but my other computer is right here. And I Googled it. And there's actually bacteria that sweat produces in your feet that makes your feet smell. And actually that same kind of bacteria is the same thing that they use, that kind of is the reason they let cheeses kind of rot or ferment over time. And so that's what, the same smell, that's why your feet kind of smell like bad cheese. Actually, bad cheese just smells like feet. So I'm not... What makes them smell? Wearing socks. If it's a hot day, wearing like wool socks will make them smell pretty quick, or wearing boots if it's sunny, or those kinds of things. So wearing the wrong kind of shoes and socks on a bad hot day would make your feet smell quick. Hannah asked, why is Bounty the quicker picker-upper? And the reason that they are the quicker picker-upper, I think, is because they want people to buy their paper towel brand, and so they're saying, if this is a puddle of water, their napkin will pick it up quicker than any other brand of napkin. So quicker, picker, upper. That's why. So maybe that was just a joke she put, but there you go. There's my real answer for it. She also asked, why are they called apartments when they are together? Houses that people live in apartments. Why are they called apartments when they live together? And I actually do think the answer to that kind of has to do with I don't know if you ever heard of the term hostel, but a hostel is like a place, a big open room, like maybe the size of a gymnasium with just beds in it. That would be a really big one, but maybe half a gym. That's a hostel, and so there literally are no dividing walls or anything. You're just in a room with people. Or like a homeless shelter often has bedding like that. So I think the apartment is you live apart from the other people in your building. So that's why they're called apartments. Even though they're all connected, that's why I think they're called apartments. Because you're still apart from some people. So she asked me this. Nice try, Hannah. But she asked, who is your favorite teenager? And that's a good question, but obviously I don't have favorites. And I think for good reasons I don't have favorites. The Bible talks a lot about not choosing favorites, but loving everyone and loving others like you love yourself. But who's my favorite teen? Whatever teen is sitting in my couch at the time, hanging out with me. That's my favorite teen. Whoever I'm with face to face, whoever I'm talking to on the phone, if you're a teen calling me for advice or just to talk, that's my favorite teen at the moment. So whoever calls me, that could be my favorite teen. Maybe this is a little mini challenge. Next person to call me gets a prize. Ready, set, go. So that's my favorite teen. She said this, Hannah said, what lives if fed but dies if you give it a drink? And I'm pretty sure the answer to this riddle, she put a lot of these kind of riddle questions. I'm pretty sure that the answer to this riddle is fire, because if you feed a fire, you feed it logs, or you feed it leaves, then it keeps burning. But it dies if you give it a drink of water, although if you gave it a drink of gasoline, it would probably do pretty well. So I think that's the answer to the riddle, but Hannah, comment below on this video if you've got a different answer you had in mind, or if that wasn't the right answer. And then the last question I'll do for this video is, Riley asked, if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you do or say? And I definitely would share the gospel. For 30 seconds, I would tell people that you need a relationship with God. And God created us. He loves us. And the world is full of sin, not because of any other reason than that we deserve punishment for our own sins. And so the reason the world is getting worse and worse all the time is because of sin. And so I would try to encourage people to accept Jesus as their Savior, to know God, and to follow him. That's what I would do if I had 30 seconds in front of everybody. That's what I would do or say. And so maybe aside from that, I don't know, I would try to get them to watch these videos. I don't know. I'd be like, free ad for these videos. Come check out the Calvary Teens YouTube page or Facebook page. Watch the videos, because I think that would teach people about Jesus too. So those are my answers, and that's this video for today. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it encourages you. And I'll try to remember to drop the link below to the survey where you can go online and keep on submitting some of these good Bible questions that I've been doing, and some of these normal silly questions that you want to see me answer in one of these quick question videos. So God bless you all, and I hope that you have a really good day today whenever you watch this.